Hey, Brian from Gazebo. Today I have this solar moonlight, and basically what it is, it has a kind of like a crescent shape. So we are actually going to mount it like this up in our kind of like outdoor kitchen and give us a little bit more light. So it comes with a user manual, kind of go over everything. And then it has some mounting hardware for the solar panel. And that is a bracket that basically we are going to mount on a one beam so the light can hang down. And this is a remote control and mounting bracket for the remote control. However, I don't think I'm going to leave the remote control outside, and it does come with a set of AAA batteries, very useful, and that is the remote for it. And then this is the solar power solar panel. So it comes with a lot of cord. So anyway, let's get set up and start mounting it, and I'll show you how we do that and we go from there. So stay tuned. So this is our outdoor kitchen setup, and basically we have the flat top grill, regular grill here, and we are probably going to mount this up here. I do have some string lights, but they just kind of add some light. They don't add a lot. It just kind of like takes the edge off, as I always say. And the camera obviously makes this a lot more bright than it actually is under here. But anyway, I'm going to probably set this up probably right in that spot over there, so we get some good light over what we're cooking as the sun starts setting. So stay tuned. Okay, so this is your bracket, and it does have a screw in there, and there is a little plastic barrel piece that has a nut on it. So if you look in here, there's a little slot where that barrel piece goes into, and you kind of slip it up in the back. Okay, so little flips back and forth, and then you want to get it so it is on the bottom like that. And then you want to take that longer set screw. And then you want to take that longer set screw, place it in there, and then it will catch that little barrel. And then with a Phillips head, you can kind of tighten it down tighter. So you get kind of like a articulation effect, so you can mount your panel to where it's got to go. And again, we'll tighten this up with a Phillips head. We're just going to make it snug but still able to maneuver. Okay, so I have it tight but not super tight, so I can move that around pretty well. And then these two fatter screws will go onto the back of the solar panel. So depending on how you mount it, okay, so that's tightened down. Okay, so I got the bracket drilled up there. Pretty easy. Just drill the 4 holes. Rather use the screws to drill into the 4 holes up there. And then next we're going to mount the solar panel. Okay, so solar panel is screwed into place. And then I'm going to whip this cord up here, and then just basically run out as much as I need and keep the rest kind of folded up there. All right, so that is the bracket, and kind of give you a close-up of that. That's how I mounted it up there, 4 screws. And then obviously the flat side to the beam. Okay, so that's set up. I gotta do a better job hiding the cable there. And then that's the solar panel charging. Okay, before you completely install it, there is a power switch right there. Make sure it's on. You'll see kind of like that little motion light come on and off when you shake it, so you know you have it on. Okay, so let's try it out. So we'll turn that on. Yeah, bring it better in the frame. And off, so it's directional, so you gotta make sure you're pointing that there, but we'll see how much light that gives off later tonight. And then we'll set it to probably like a timer, 5 hour or something like that. But yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so nighttime finally, and this is kind of the light that we get off of the string lights and the rope light around there. So it's definitely not enough to cook with when the sun goes down. So let's turn this light on, and that makes it a lot brighter, especially right over this when we have the cooktop open. And to kind of give you an idea of how bright that is. So off, and then on, and again. What a great light to light up an area. So again, we'll turn that off one more time so you can definitely see the light difference. And even over on this grill. Anyway, Brian from Garage Hall, thanks for watching, and be safe out there.